Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video right here on the markets. We're going to do a full update, right? So we have to talk about some fundamentals. We have to talk about some politics as well. Although I will obviously not indulge in any biased political talk. That's not for this channel. And ultimately, look, the main goal I have with these videos is to kind of prepare you the best as I can. Based on my knowledge for what's coming in the markets and what you should be prepared for. And what I said this morning is still in broad lines true, right? What I said this morning is that there was a lot of uncertainty about how this conflict between Israel and Iran would develop. As far as I know, I mean, I can refresh one of my main news sources, but as far as I know, not much news, not much has become known. I mean, we did get some headlines that Trump said that Iran should not attack, but then we also know that Iran has told the UN Security Council that they will attack. But the main uncertainty is, all right, well, will this be similar to what we saw last year, April? Will this kind of be a de-escalating attack, right? So that it is an attack, but that it's less than what Israel did. Or is it an escalating attack, right? So that it's a major attack on cities in Israel. That we do not know. And that is very relevant for the general financial markets, but also specifically for Bitcoin, right? And then if there's this uncertainty, which, by the way, we will talk about some other things in this video as well. Don't worry. We'll talk about Bitcoin, altcoins, XRP, Ethereum, and some specific altcoins that I like. But we have to start off with this, right? Even though I think some of you might not like it, we have to. But ultimately, it is very dependent on that, the general financial markets, but also Bitcoin. And when there's that instability, I think it makes sense, but that's my personal opinion, to assume the worst, right? Assume that it is going to escalate further and that therefore we will drop down lower. So for Bitcoin here specifically, what I would say is most likely, and that's, by the way, that's also in line with what we're seeing from the fundamentals here. You can see that the stock market has opened lower, is also trading lower, the volatility index is increasing, gold is breaking out, and oil prices are in some sort of an uptrend at least, right? So all the fundamentals right now are also pointing towards more instability and therefore more bearish pressure. Now on the higher time frames, you can see that Bitcoin is forming some stability here on top of 101,000. I do think that will hold, right? So on the higher time frames, do I really expect a bearish breakdown? No, but I do think it's most likely, or at least I think it's best to assume that we are going to drop down lower into this main support level right here between 102, possibly even with a move under the 100 before bouncing up from there, finding support, and then from there slowly also trending back up. Because like I said, on the higher time frames, I just think this structure will hold, right? So that also means that I think after hitting the supports and after we've seen some de-escalation, which who knows how long that may take, I think we will see a move up again as well. So those are my thoughts on Bitcoin. When it's about altcoins, look, altcoins in general look slightly worse, and I think most of you know that pretty well. But I think altcoins are also going to be fine ultimately. Altcoins are getting into, so we're looking at others right now. Altcoins are getting into some sort of a consolidation, even though short term I do think we can spike down lower. I think generally we will stay in this bigger consolidation here, and that we will see some more stability over the course of June and July. Although, there's definitely going to be altcoins that outperform this and altcoins that underperform this. XRP and Ethereum at this point of time seem to be coins that are underperforming this. XRP, I updated this morning. This is what I said it was most likely. I still think that's most likely. Although, quick reminder that everything that I say in this video is very dependent on the fundamentals, right? So it's for sure still a fundamentals market, and if we do get some sort of an escalation, we will accelerate this process, and if we see a de-escalation, this will just not happen, all right? And XRP will be able to hold support. This was the low, and we'll be able to trend up a little bit more again with all those imbalances we left to the upside. Same thing with Ethereum. Ethereum bounced from the range lows right here. Given the fundamental situation, I expect us to pull back. If the fundamental situation clears up, I think we will easily get back up to the top of the range and we'll have a chance to break out again. Also major imbalances to the upside, by the way. Most coins left major imbalances to the upside. which, you know, in the event of de-escalation means that we will easily be able to fill those up and get a move of about 5 to 10% in a matter of 2 hours or so. Now, so those are my thoughts on Bitcoin, the general fundamentals, XRP, Ethereum. Talking about some altcoins specifically, look, most altcoins, as you can see right here, are just correlated to Bitcoin. There's, however, one category that I personally like a lot, and that has also technically been very resilient over the course of not only today or the last 24 hours, but also the last couple of weeks. And that's DeFi, right? I think DeFi potentially is one of the best narratives at this point of time, with coins like Aave, but also Uniswap still holding the breakouts we had earlier this week, and also holding their 12-hour and their 4-hour uptrends. So very interesting. Would I buy into those right now? Probably not, given the fundamentals. But if we do see de-escalation, these will probably be the coins that pump up the most. So that's Aave, that's Uniswap, that's Frex, so FXS, Pendle also, but yeah, I think those should be on your watch list if you want to trade or want to buy altcoins. But that's it for now. That's what I think you need to know. So thank you for watching. I'll see you on my next videos, and bye.